443 Ball Talk.
Back
Moosie, let's
again,
kick it
back at
off.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know we took a break, but 443 Ball Talk. We wouldn't just Ball Talk. We're back again at it again. We took a little break, Shauna went on vacation, and so we just said, go for vacation. I said, we could just take a little break. And I can't do this without Shauna. You know what I mean? Shauna take a break, but take a break too. All right.
Yeah.
We just happy to be back. Mixed results in the sporting world for me as a fan, but guess what? We move. Shauna, welcome back. All things.
Things are good, but me know why you spread no rumors for me, Moosie, about vacation, I just went up north. It's cool, man, but I'm happy to be back, Love the vibes on 443 Ball Talk, no small talk, let's get it rolling. No more breaks, no more vacation. So hopefully no more international breaks for the season. I know that's not
Yes.
possible, but yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
man,
been
thanks
pretty.
for having me again.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think Shauna is trying to deceive us. She went up north on a vacation, but she don't want to talk about that. She said, I want to come to talk, but she don't want to talk about her personal life. And I firmly agree with that. Now, I give her all my support on that. Anyway, we'll kick it off. We'll kick it off like this. Shauna, I roll out the in-season basketball tournament that the NBA added this season for the first time. I found it very interesting. It's like the FA Cup in the NBA. I mean, if anybody that's been watching the NBA recently and haven't been paying attention, you would have noticed on those nights they paint the courts very colorful to give it a little very colorful, give it a little twist to the tournament. And it's been pretty interesting. The team of me like the Warriors, them get knocked out last night. So Shauna have a little bragging rights about that. But we move, It's the season still long, but so far I find the tournament's interesting because I feel like the players are actually playing extra hard to try with a trophy in the season that is not the actual NBA championship title. All right, Shauna, I'm gonna make it finish off with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. As you know, Moosie is a big fan of the basketball, even though, we're primarily football podcast, but you don't know me if you pick up the basketball because as you said, the NBA introduces first in season tournament, which is like you could say it's the FA Cup of the NBA, but with group stages. You know what I mean? So like a little Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup hybrid and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, before the season kicked off, everybody was like super negative. Oh, people who don't watch sports outside of the US, they're like, oh, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But the first time I heard the idea, I was like, yeah, this is gonna make the season more interesting because who wouldn't want those smaller markets? They have something to play for. There's an incentive. There's like a $500,000 every player on the winning team gets $500,000. So who is
That's
making
big.
like a definitely. So who is making like a minimum salary? That's a big boost for them. So you know
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm like, I could roll with this because I watch European football and I'm like, yeah, I could see this happening. And I like the approach to it. It's not extra games. All the games except the final counts as a regular season game. So that made
Okay.
it even more interesting for me. And so far, all the naysayers were like, oh, this is a waste of time, players aren't going to care. But players have been caring, Moosie. Players have been caring. I mean, that $500,000, a lot of them don't need it, but there are some that need it. And it's been very interesting. Shout out to my team, the Lakers, 4-0 in the group stages. We face the Suns next. We've beaten them twice this season, but that was when they were trying to find their legs. So it's gonna be a very interesting matchup next week at the Crypto
Okay.
Arena. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say good Vincent.
yeah. And last night, it was the final night of the group stages. I was watching like the Bucks Heat match. It went right down to the wire. It was really good. I watched the Warriors Kings match. All the Warriors had to do was hold on. That's all they had to do. I mean, they had a 24 point, 25 point lead at one point. All they had to do was
First
hold.
off, yes.
Because just like the tournaments in football, right? You have goal differences. So in the NBA tournament now, they go on point differentials. So it's something similar to like goal differences. So like there's a wild card like in the NFL. So there's three groups.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Right.
second best team in one of those group goes through on point differential. So I like the idea. I mean, it's the first year, so they're still open to ideas. Things will improve going forward, but I like it. I really like it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for the knockout stages. The final is on December 9, and I'm looking forward to the Lakers. The Lakers are hoisting that that first NBA cup.
Shauna.
The Warriors
Um,
now got ice nothing here. Them now
yes, it's
ice
true.
nothing.
Let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, right? It's the hope that kills. Because you have all these hopes, and me and you know, deep down, the Lakers are not going to win it. But
Yeah,
anyway, on an in-season basketball tournament, we go fast
yeah,
forward in a football world. Not the European football, but the American football. Currently, as
yeah.
I'm speaking right here, my
Mm-hmm.
team, Baltimore Ravens, are the number one team in the AFC. Yes,
The
I repeat,
AFC.
Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are number one. Yes, 9-3 record so far. This past weekend we played the LA Chargers. It wasn't the best game, but at the end of the day, we still got that dub. Um, Earlier today, Sean, I'm gonna let you speak on this. Earlier today, while I was at work, I was browsing the internet, but I didn't really look into it much. I saw local headlines saying that Aaron Rodgers might be back. Initially I thought that Aaron Rodgers was out for the season, so apparently whatever injury they thought he had, it was just rumors, and he might be back. Can you speak on that for
I
us for a little
mean,
bit?
honestly, Moosey, until I see it, I will believe it because it's ridiculous. I've been watching sports for most of my life, and I have never seen a player with a over all sports. I'm talking football, the NFL, basketball, baseball. I've never seen a player recover in 4 months from a Achilles rupture. And that's what they said about Aaron Rodgers. On the first drive, he tore his Achilles tendon. And I'm like, okay, he's done for the season. See you next season. And he might even miss some of next season. Okay, that's a very serious injury. It can be a
Absolutely.
career-ending injury. So now I'm seeing this rumor. I mean, like a month ago, they were talking this, but I didn't really pay any mind because sometimes people talk shit on the internet. But today
Yes.
now, I'm seeing reputable sources saying that Aaron Rodgers, is going to be practicing with the Jets very soon. And I'm like, are we sure this was even an Achilles rupture? Because usually that injury takes you out like 9 months to a year.
Yeah.
So,
Normally it's 9 months to heal from a Achilles injury.
hmm from a Achilles, a full tear, you know what I mean? 9 months to a
Right.
year. So now I'm seeing this talk about him practicing with the team. I'm like, what did they try to mislead us or something? I mean, I'm not saying that the Jets are totally out of the playoff picture, but it feels like they're out. But
Right.
is it worth it though? Right now, I think our record is what, like 4-7 or something like that.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
worth it?
You guys have a very slim chance. But it's possible. What I would say is if the injury is not as bad as it initially was, and it can actually come back, taking a shot with him coming back, so you guys can get into the playoffs and have an impact. I mean, if it's worth the risk, sure. But if it's something that if you're not 100% sure if that injury is gonna hold up, it could make things worse. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
let's see.
yeah.
Let's see
Let's
what
see.
happens.
That's all I have to say. Because if they rush him back, and then if it was like a partial tear or something, and they rush him back, and it becomes I don't know if you remember the 2019 NBA Finals with Durant. They were very
Yeah,
careful with
yeah, yeah,
him,
yeah,
and
yeah. Of course, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah. So
Kurt Russell.
I don't want it to be a situation like that because it feels like the season is over, but it's not mathematically over, if you get me. But let's see. There's still a couple game weeks left. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Moving on. You know where we're gonna move on to where our favorite views lie. We had a little international break. Now, a lot of teams were happy to have an international break because, if you're following Europe football in Europe, you realize that a lot of teams have a lot of injuries, and an international break can be an opportunity for your team to get some of these players back from injuries and help kickstart your season. So sometimes international break can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. If your team is on form, it can kill your momentum. If you're a team that needs a break and need to recharge, international break may be convenient for you and your team. So to kickstart the weekend, the first game after the international break, we had potential title challengers, the defending champs, Manchester City, and potential, I'm not going to say potential, because them are title pretenders. We're not take them serious. Liverpool FC. So they both squared off the early kickoff of the morning. We have to wake up at 7 o'clock match there. And let me just say, Shauna, I want my sleep back. I really want my sleep back. It was a
I woke
snooze fest, but it was a
I
snooze
woke up
fest.
early too,
And the
Moosie.
only thing to save them are the Fox let me come back from international break, so me give them a little pass. But really and truly, I expected better. From the quality on the field, I expected more. It was
More
the two teams.
excitement, right?
Yes, a little bit more excitement. I mean, it ended in a 1-1 draw, but for me, the game was a done. It was very mid. But Liverpool fans, in their mind, Liverpool fans will say to themselves, well, we went to the empty, yes, empty, because the stadium still empty. We went to the empty and got a point. So it's a good result as a title chasing team on the road. Because normally when Man City play at home, them usually smash teams. So the fact if you can go there and get a point, that's a plus. What do you think, Sean? What do you think about the game?
Well, as I said, I wish I could get my sleep back, I mean, it was the battle of the two last winners of the Premier League title and
Right.
stuff. So I expected more excitement and stuff, but it was just it was just okay. But Liverpool, Liverpool, when City went up through that Alan goal, I'm like, yeah, the floodgates are probably gonna be open now because they have the backing, the crowd behind them roaring and stuff. But I don't think City had control of that game like fully.
No,
Liverpool was just never out of it.
exactly.
Yeah, they didn't have like full control of that game, and I think it was like a fair matchup. I wouldn't say like City totally dominated or Liverpool was totally dominant or anything. I think it was just a fair matchup and stuff.
Okay.
But I mean, one of the biggest talk that came out of the matchup was like Trent Alexander Trent Alexander Arnold versus Doku and stuff. But that was like the big debate after the match, and I'm like, they're debating whether Doku got the best of Trent. Well, he actually did. I mean, he was running him ragged. No matter
Right.
what you say, he was running him ragged all match.
But
But
guess
at the
what?
end of the day,
Laugh. Got Trent bust them
yeah,
net.
yeah, yeah, man.
I mean, what more
Trent
can
got
I
the
say?
last
Trent at the
laugh.
last
But
lap. But I'm
guess
gonna
what?
say this though,
Arsenal fans
Shauna.
also got the last
This is
laugh for
just
that
my
game.
view,
So,
and then I'm gonna ask you what you think.
eh,
What's your view on it? I feel as though this season, I don't feel as though Man City are as good as they
dominant.
were last season. They're not as dominant as they were last season. And for the simple fact, the week right before we went to the international break, they drew 4-4 with Chelsea. And we're going to talk about them, and
Mhm,
then we're going to next. They drew 4-4 with Chelsea, right?
mhm,
And then after the international break, played at to Liverpool. You'd expect them to hit the ground running. Um, but Man City doesn't look the same team this season, and we can say you can make excuses about KDB being out injured, but that's just one player. Yes, he's a very good. He's world class. He's top talent, right? But City still have majority of their players. City might be the only team in the league right now that doesn't have many injuries. Most of the other teams have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players out injured. City only have them only one key player out. You see what I said? So they have majority of them players. But for me, I don't think they're as dominant. But hey, long may it continue.
Yeah. Honestly, City is that team, right, Moosie? They look so lackluster. I noticed it's a trend with them over the last couple of years, right? They'll
Mhm.
start the season looking lackluster. They'll start the season looking bored, especially if they're coming off of a title win. And then later down in the season, you just see them just flip a switch. So even though they don't look like that dominant team that we're accustomed to, I mean, they still have they I think they're still in second gear. Might even be
Absolutely.
third. Yeah, and you know what? They're missing Kevin De Bruyne. You know, De Bruyne Allen connection last season was lethal. So he's still
Exactly.
scoring a bunch of goals, you know, because they're that good. But I mean, I still think they're in like second gear. So don't be surprised if later down in the season you see them just flip a switch. But yeah, they've looked okay.
And I'm gonna say this, and they started out like this last year too. But what I'm saying is,
Yes.
even though them have a sluggish start, you could see they were still dominant in most of the games. But this season is like them just have go through the phase right now. Just have go through them just like it's the second gear. But we all know when them ready for turn it up, they can turn it up.
Yeah.
So I just one of them things. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about this team. I really want to talk about this team so bad because their fans were getting ahead of themselves and were
Oh
getting
yes.
excited because huh? They were getting ahead of themselves, getting carried
Yes, they
away.
were.
And I want to address this in a in a pretty simple. I don't want to go no in depth. I just want to get straight to the point. I'm talking about Chelsea. Chelsea fans were getting ahead of themselves because they beat Tottenham at home with 9 players. They struggled against 9 players, right? Okay, they got the 3 points. I give you that. Give you your props. But you guys were getting carried away, make it seem like you were not to be an elite. You're not. Then you played Man City. You scored 4 goals at home against Man City. Shauna, and on any given day you score 4 goals against Man City, you're supposed to
Hmm.
win.
Yeah.
You're supposed to win. You score four
You're
goals at home against
supposed
Man
to.
City and draw.
Man
That's nothing to
City.
brag about. That's nothing to discuss. That should not be up for discussion. Newcastle, I don't like them. Because them coach too hype. Me not like them. But
I
to see them kick
agree.
out it weekend, that gave me a
That
bit
was
of
sweet. That was sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
China,
lie. I'm not
China,
gonna lie.
listen, it's sweet me. Chelsea fans, when they looking at my face, when they deserve that they're humbling there. It's
Oh
sweet
yeah.
me. When they make it seem like on a back, and some of them are saying like them are gonna make a run and them are gonna do this. Make a run go here. When they stuck at 10th. That is in the permanent position. When there's no a
Attend,
mid-table team.
attend them there. Na 11
Shot
them there. Attend them there now.
take them there.
Oh, attend them there.
Fans
I think I
going
11
to
them there.
see. The ship is gonna sink further. And I wanna say something before we make your talk, Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
Enzo, the World Cup winner. But tell people all the time, sometimes in life when we watch sports fans are guilty of being prisoners of the moment. When you're playing a team with world best Messi, Messi can make me look like a World Cup winner.
All me too.
Exactly. Enzo, Chelsea, Benfica Chapuno. Benfica Chapuno. Let me tell you this. You see, Bellingham is a $100 million player. You see,
Mm-hmm.
Rice, $100 million player. It's not too many $100 million player where I play football right now. You see, the
Mm-hmm.
113 one pay for Enzo, only get chopped Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans, you were chopped and screwed. Shana from the man, come at Chelsea. I have not seen not even a $20 million performance. Not even 20 million. Him just step on the field and steal Chelsea wages. Nothing impressive. When the game get rough, him can't grab the game by the scruff of the neck and take over the game. Him not score, him not assist. Him just out there. Him just out there make up numbers. I'm not going to talk about my little virgin from from Ecuador, Caicedo. From Caicedo side to Chelsea, the thing like him inherited a nosedive. So me I got say, Shana, I know Chelsea have a bunch of young players, but it's no excuse why they should look this bad. But one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna always big up that youth because he's my yard man and him don't deserve the credit we're supposed to get. They not give him flowers. So me ever give him flowers. It's Raheem Sterling, him a Chelsea star. And Chelsea
Yeah,
fans him
man.
not give him enough flowers. Every game, Raheem go out there and give 150%, sometimes 200. But guess what? You can't put a superstar with be a scrub. They're going to rub off on him. But Raheem Sterling that doing thing on Chelsea right now. I'm happy for him as a yard man. Go and do your thing, Raheem, because guess what? Are you all of Chelsea right now? Because the rest of them are be a scrub then. Go on, Shana.
All right, so yeah, I agree with you. Chelsea needed this humbling because them act like so them beat Arsenal. Them act like so them beat City. Who else them did play again? But them act like so them did beat and them a draw them draw. So yeah, Chelsea fans, wanna deserve that. Wanna deserve that 4-1. Yeah. I mean, I know say Chelsea is a team, fresh faces, young faces. They're still trying to figure it out with their new coaches, but you know, you looking and what I notice about Chelsea is that they tend to show up against
Yeah.
certain teams,
Certain,
you know.
certain games.
They look
Games,
good
yes.
against us. I mean, even though they didn't win, they look like they were up for it, just like versus City. But
Yes.
I don't know. Versus Newcastle, they look like Chelsea. They look like 10 play Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they look like 10 place Chelsea. And even though you mentioned, say, Enzo, I mean, I like Enzo. I mean, I don't think he's worth anything near what they paid for him, but it's just World Cup tax. A whole heap of ball I
Right.
get.
It's regular
Well,
ball.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the player, but as you said earlier, Moosie, I don't see him taking a game by the scruff. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Declan take a game by the scruff.
Shauna,
I've seen
Shauna,
him.
Shauna, I'll cut it for 1 second. From Enzo, they are Chelsea. They're from last year. How much game you see Enzo win by himself and do something where you say, yo, a ball here. But I love,
Mm.
all right. You know when ball play good, you hear them link with a lot of teams. How many teams you hear Enzo link with? Nobody wants him.
Yeah.
Nobody wants strong.
Honestly, when you look, I mean, I'm not the type to judge midfielders on like, goals and assists, but it is a part of the game. But Enzo right now on 12 game, zero assists, zero goals, and we know
Nothing.
he can score goals. We know that, but
Yes. Yes.
honestly, he hasn't really. I mean, he has looked good at times this season, but at other times he just looks like he's just lost.
Thank you.
He's just
Thank you.
lost. So yeah, I like Enzo as I said, but yeah, right now it look away for your baller. It look
And
away,
and
especially in the
and
last game. There, it look away.
and before we wrap it up, you know me as a Brazilian fan, Thiago Silva, me rate your ball about me. That time be hang it up.
Yeah, a
Brother,
time, a time,
see,
yo.
time to hang up your boots, brother.
Yeah.
The things we out there right now, you see, as a coach, it's good for you to have the senior baller out there, but Thiago Silva,
Mhm.
all now. You need to play the youth them. You need to play your future. Play the youth them. Because I bet you make the youth them and make the mistakes and them can learn from it. But when an old man make mistake over and over, where am I going to learn from? He's
Trust
not going
me,
to learn much.
trust me,
Him,
Moosey
him,
was
reach,
nasty out there for him.
limited. Him limited right now. It's like
Yeah.
you send him out there for fail. You set him up for failure.
Hey, hey, but I want to say one thing. You see, about like Thiago Silva, he should be playing the Udonis Haslem role. If you watch the NBA, that's like a veteran figure, a leadership veteran figure, trying to mold the young guys. So it really rough to have like 40-year-old Thiago Silva out there getting dragged left and right now. It's time to hang it up, get a coaching role or something or come off of the bench because it was I was watching that game and it was
Charlie, you know
nasty.
why look what? You know why look what? Because when you know Thiago Silva in prime,
Yeah.
them things that would have never happen. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like them a the man through mud right now. It's like them a try assassinate the man entire career in that one season. Yeah. I mean I like that fee because I'm a Brazilian fan and I mean I like that for the Brazilian. I want Chelsea suffer,
Mm-hmm.
but expense of one of my ball of them then.
I agree. I like Thiago Silva though. I liked him, but yeah, this it's time for you to be like a more leadership off the bench. Not don't be dragged into this rebuild because
Exactly.
you're going to tear a ACL or break your ankle or something.
Yeah, because
Cause Chelsea in a
they
mm-hmm.
might end up overcompensate and do some things with his
Yeah,
whole body can't manage. And it might
yeah,
be a career ending injury. We don't want that
yeah.
to take.
Also Moosie he's injury prone. He's very
Thank
injury
you.
prone right now. Yeah, so
Thank you.
even that too.
All right, enough of Chelsea. We're going to keep sliding down the table. Bums. Anyway. So,
Bums.
bums. Chelsea bums. So, Saturday, the final game of the day is Saturday. You had title chasing. No, we didn't call them title chasing. We call them the elephant. Arsenal had the opportunity to go back on top of the tree. Remember last season, the
Yeah.
elephant, we call the elephant. They had the opportunity. And I would say, by the way, Arsenal played Brentford this past weekend. It was a very, what I'll say, a chess game. It's a chess game because Brentford set up with a low block. And of course, I would say it's probably one of Arsenal's ugliest performances in a while for the simple fact they were trying to play the irregular game and it was ineffective. Brentford stood tall. You had Pinnock in defense. Everything Arsenal tried putting in the box, Pinnock was there to clear it. Not gonna say it is it. I would say it was. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a poor performance. Was Arsenal players look lethargic? They didn't look like they were moving. They weren't moving the ball as slick as they normally do. I know they were playing away from home, but Brentford stood tall. And if you ask me, based on how the game they looked before, yes, Kai Havertz scored the winner. Based on how the game, Brentford would have been valid for a point because it looked like it was going to be one of them days where Arsenal have to settle for a point. Brentford
Mm-hmm.
played. Brentford got chances too, but Arsenal had some half a chances. But
Mm-hmm.
Brentford played, came with a game plan. They stuck to it. Everything was working until them fall asleep, and Arsenal took advantage of that opportunity. And Kai Havertz, who Arsenal fans bashed the most this season, yes, I'm going to bring it up.
Like
Arsenal fans
me.
followed the most slack, and he was the one. I was on social media correcting all the Arsenal fans. I don't want you to talk about Kai Havertz. We'll never find the shame. Don't talk about nothing
No
positive.
shame around you, star boy.
Yeah, so somehow Kai Havertz was ghosting at the back post off a soccer cross and found a way in injury time to find the winner for Arsenal. Lucky win. But go on, Roshada.
You me I say. You say it all. We've been recording since what, August. A ugly win better than
Yes. Pretty loss.
a pretty loss. Pretty draw.
Yeah.
I'll take that ugly win any day. And as you said, I don't think it was a poor performance, but we just had to be patient. And I think Arsenal were patient enough to break because we had to break them down because Brentford they set up with a low block, so
Yeah.
it was effective for most of the game. We couldn't break them down, but at the same time, I like that we weren't really rushing things. We were just being patient, and honestly, we in the first, I think it was in the first half. Trossard got a goal, but it was offside by like inches. and stuff. So
That's true.
we could have
Very
opened up
close.
the game from, yeah, it was very close. We could have opened up the game from then, but VAR doing their thing. I had no complaints about the call because the lines were drawn and you could see that he was offside. But yeah, we had to play a very patient game with Brentford because we all saw they got chances thanks to our backup goalkeeper right now. Big up yourself, Aaron Ramsdale. You tried very hard. I don't know if you were trying to get back at Arteta for benching you, but you were trying very hard to sell out that game. But guess what? We still overcome or we still win. But yeah, we had to we had to play the patient game. We brought on Averts in the second half and stuff, and somebody said, Averts, it's time to prove yourself, and I laughed because every time they said that, I laugh and he does nothing. But today he proved me wrong.
Right.
I'm one of the biggest Kai Havertz critics. I don't care. We paid $65 million for this ball. I want to see performances on the pitch. I'm not saying that you have to perform every single week, Moosie. I'm not saying you're gonna
Right.
score 20, 25 goals. But I want to see you on the field. Most times Havertz is out there, I don't see him on the field. So it was good, I mean, I think he's more effective when he's like in a very, very advanced role, even though in the number 8 position he tends to be advanced, but I guess it's whatever day he feels like showing up, he shows up, because today he was playing that number 8 role, and he was able to score today. But yeah, big up Averts, that's what I want as a fan, as an Arsenal fan. I want you to go out there and prove naysayers wrong. I want you to go out there and score some goals. I'm not expecting 10, 15, 20 goals, even though, as a 65 million baller, that should be the bare minimum. But
Exactly.
yeah, I just want to feel your presence out there. I mean, we can get goals, but I just need to see you out there. But yeah, it was a ugly win. It was a last minute win, but I will take it over a draw because we had a chance to go up top. We had a chance to go up top, seeing that Man City and Liverpool drew. So if we had drawn that game or lost, it would have been very disappointing. So I'm glad,
Facts.
he was able to come off the bench and make an impact. And big up to Saka. Most of our attackers that game, Musi, they were not playing shit out there.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, the
Saka,
entire attack were poor. They were poor.
yeah,
Poor.
like our backline was really good. Our midfield was good, but it's just that our attackers just looked lackadaisical. They looked bored. They looked like they were getting frustrated with the low block. But what I like with Saka is a guy who will not play shit all game, and guess what? He come
Mm,
up with a
mm.
moment. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
three
That's
pints,
what
Moses, 3 pints.
top players do.
Yeah.
All right, so they're gonna for them 3 points. This season, Shauna, I've been Man United have dropped a lot of points this season, and a lot of people were saying, we come in here every week, and you ask my opinion. I mean, I tell you, say it's hard for me, sack the coach because a lot of the points we drop is not, would I say coaching errors. It's just simple players not doing the basic fundamentals. Speaking of which, I am not big on coaches getting fired, but I really believe that this particular coach should not be employed at this moment. I am talking about Vincent Kompany of Burnley FC. They are at the
Yeah.
bottom of the table. They steamrolled the championship last season. But welcome to the big boys, Mr. Former Man City baller. Welcome to the big boys league. They were winning on Saturday, Shauna. Up 1-0
Mm-hmm.
till the
Yeah, I
6 minute
saw
them
that.
score a one goal, and then West Ham win it in an injury time. West Ham have a way of fighting till the end. But my thing is, Shauna, how much longer does Burnley give Vincent Company?
I mean, I think by Christmas he's gone.
Boy,
I think by
you're
Christmas.
generous. You're
Yeah,
generous. You give
cause
till Christmas.
honestly, Moosey, I'm there. I'm like watching bits and pieces of the game. I'm watching highlights, and right now, Burnley are hopeless. I mean, I don't see them making any late surge. You know what I mean? A team,
Push the
they're not
motion.
playing no, yeah, they're not playing anything. They're just like a beating stick for everybody right now.
You want 3 points? Link Burnley.
Yeah, man.
Want 3 points? Link Burnley.
Yeah, cause honestly, Burnley was one of the most hyped teams coming in. I mean, I've been watching the Premier League for years now, and I can tell you this. Normally, teams come up, but Burnley had a different hype behind them. Like, oh yeah,
Stand up,
they were
because
gonna, yeah,
because if you remember last season, they were talking about Burnley while we are focused on Premier League. Like they were hyping
yes,
them up.
they were. I agree, they were. That's why I thought that they were probably going to be like sometimes you remember Southampton used to just be one of them team that would get everybody. I mean, they're not
Problem.
good team, but when
Yes.
they play you at home or whatever, they maybe draw a point off of your or a lucky win. You know me I say? So I thought Burnley was gonna be like that, a bogey team for some of the big teams, but boy, it rough Moosey. Them look nasty. They
Them,
need to go
them
right
look.
back down.
I just want to say, we're not going to really talk about him much, but shout out to Luton. Luton actually, they've impressed me. Cause
Yeah.
them they spend a whole heap of money, but them a fight for them life. And I was happy that
Yeah.
they beat Crystal Palace this weekend 2-1. Speaking of which, when the season just started, I came on here and not because I have family ties to Tottenham, but I love talk about Tottenham because some can rub it in the Arsenal fan them face. Tottenham started the season well. Nobody can take that from them. Them get a
Yeah.
couple injuries, and in the Premier League, in order for you to be competitive in the Premier League and consistent, you have to have depth. If you don't have proper depth, when you have injuries, you're gonna drop off of the ass. You're gonna
True.
fall apart. And it is happening to Tottenham at this moment. When you're having to play two fullbacks at centre back as your replacements, that doesn't sit well at all. You're gonna have problems. And on the bounce, Tottenham has lost 3 games. 3 games in a row. But this past weekend, it was a good game. Both teams played well. Son could have scored a hat trick, but they were all flagged offside. But I'm gonna tell you this, Shauna. Emery and
Mm-hmm.
Aston Villa, he's doing a good job. That may be his standard because Arsenal pressure up here so. Aston Villa pressure probably
Yeah.
go here so. It's a different type of
Yeah.
pressure. So maybe in comfort zone
In
at Aston
comfort
Villa
zone. That's what I was
in
about to
confidence
say.
with Aston Villa. So maybe it'll work for him. You know what I mean? And him recruit some good players who are buying to his system and they're actually doing well. Do I
Yeah.
believe they could possibly finish in top 4 based on what they look
Nah.
like? I don't think so, but guess what?
Nah.
The season's still young. But for
Yeah.
right now, they look like a team that can make Europa League next season. They look competitive. They're actually
Yeah.
fighting and they've won like 13 home games in a row. So their home record speaks for itself. So if them can keep winning
Mm-hmm.
on the road and can pick up some points, if them can keep winning at home and pick up some points on the road as they go along, I believe that Aston Villa could be a team that could possibly make top 6, not top 4, not Champions League, but
Yeah.
they could be
Top six.
Europa next season.
I
All
would
right,
say
so
top 7.
top 7. Okay, top 7. Fair enough. So, Shauna, something happened in the league recently, and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't sit well with me, but I don't make the rules. I'm just a fan of the game. You have Chelsea break financial fair play rules. We have Man City with 115 charges pending, and still
Mm-hmm.
nothing yet. But yet still, the English Premier League caught Everton FC and deducted 10 points from them. So Everton was on 14 points and they were deducted 10 points,
Mm-hmm.
right? During the international break. And so they started this weekend in relegation. They're right next to Burnley with 4 points. And I'm going to be honest with you. The jury's still out for Ten Hag, and Man United team still has been underperforming. And I was concerned heading to Everton under those circumstances. So I was like, wow, them dock Everton for 10 points. And then why Man United have to play them when them and they're usually good at home against Man United because look a local rival, right? And
Yeah.
Shauna, let me just say, I was very concerned going to face Everton. But Shauna, we need that drum roll. We need that drum roll, Shauna.
Drum roll.
Shauna, let me tell you this. That build up and that bicycle kick from Garnacho.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Listen, you talk about something more calm and nerves. Me don't know how many kick over my TV. Garnacho. Brother, we don't know where you find that one there from. But you find it. I'm not saying it's going to be, but it has to be one of the contenders for goal of the season so far.
Definitely.
Absolutely world class. Like, oh my, shut up. Man, get chills, I think, but shut up. You know what I'm watching over the goal? All the time, watch over the goal.
Mo watch it a whole heap of times. I'm like, shit. That was
Man,
amazing.
Eat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Big up yourself, Garnacho. Because he had the future, you know, and I'm kind of happy for him because as a little young youth, for you be that brave and take up that opportunity to present itself for you and you go feet like that and for it to come off because we know bicycle kicks are not something that we see often. But when they do happen, we're like in, wow, oh my God, like him pull it off. So I was actually happy to see him pull it off. And it was a good way for silence the rowdy Evertonian crowd.
Yeah.
The game, even after that, Everton had their opportunities and they never capitalized. But despite Garnacho scoring that wonderful goal, the person that stood out for me was that kid, Kobe Mano. I talked about him in preseason because you can tell last season he was on the radar, played in the U team. He got opportunities last season with the first team, but I just knew it was something in that kid Lakashana. He looked like a king amongst men. Like you would have never known that for somebody that young to have so much composure on the ball, like full of touch. And to go in such a hostile environment, I was pretty impressed and I was happy that the coach gave him the opportunity to show what he could do. And it helps players' confidence when a coach believes in you at that young age. And I hope it continues because you can't see same of a lot in Arsenal. And the youth stood out. It would end up winning on 3-0. The score might flatter us somewhat, but I was happy to get a win with more than one goal in the league because in the league, we only could score one goal.
Yeah.
Every game we won this season in the league was a one-goal margin. So this was our first game actually winning by more than one goals, and we actually get to come off from that negative goal difference. And for all the people that were out, only need to learn patience. Rome was not built in a day. And I remember, so this is a rebuild. Last season, third place, we overachieved last season. We were not supposed to finish third place. We finished third place. And we never get the proper replacements that we should have had. And we're not blaming the opponent injuries because everybody have injuries. But if you look at the table right now, that's all I'll never say. Sean, what do you think about the game?
Well, I watched the game. I'm not gonna lie. Big up Garnacho. As the game starts, some man decide, say, here what? Bicycling on the net, you know, cause honestly, I mean, Garnacho is a very promising talent. And Garnacho, I love his confidence. He might not be like the most skilled player or whatnot, but his confidence right now, he feels like, you know what, nobody can stop him. And that's good for a
Exactly.
young player. We don't know what his ceiling will be like. We don't know, you know, what's gonna what his career is gonna turn out to be, but I like his confidence, you know. I like the player. I like the player. I wish I had him coming off my bench because he would not. supplant Martinelli. But yeah, big up Garnacho. Well, it was a beautiful, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's a long season. We're just in what, November? But
Yes.
it
No,
will
we
definitely be mentioned. Yeah, it would definitely be mentioned in goal of the season, maybe even the Puskas award. Um,
yes.
late next year, I should say. But
Yeah.
yeah, Manu. I said I tweeted this today. Tweeted this today, Moosie. Manu are a strange team, right?
Okay, stop saying
Yeah,
Man U.
they're
Man U.
they're. Oh yeah, Man United, Manchester United. They are a very
Thank you.
strange team because I mean I watched the Everton game and Everton had like a lot of chances. They just couldn't finish. But
Right.
it's just weird watching this team. They should be comfortable winning this game. But they'll score one goal and then they decide that, you know what, let's just soak up pressure for another 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And I'm like, it's just weird. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody says, Everton is coming into this game angry because of the financial fair play deductions or whatever, but at the end of the day, United
Soft.
still have yeah, United still have a more talented team than Everton by far.
Right.
So to see them play down to the competition, and it happens very often, even today. I mean, we're not getting into the Champions League yet, but I've noticed that about them. This was probably the most comfortable win I've seen them have. I mean, it was comfortable until a point.
Yes.
And
True. That's true.
by the way, Moosie, I know say earlier in the season you used to clown Averts fee make a wish penalty, but Rashford get a make a wish penalty, and me never hear you mention it, so me I mention it here. Make a wish kid that now, but guess what? Averts world class, you know.
Hey, don't look us bad upon the people podcast. You are world.
I'm just kidding. You know me, Moosie. My standard is high.
My
But yeah,
fans sweat
man.
out of me the world comes and what?
Yeah, man. But honestly, Moosie, just to wrap it up, United played down to the competition way too much. And I think
It's but
that's,
it's very worrying.
yeah,
Very
yeah, it's
concerning.
very worried because Everton could have easily blown out. But I
Hey,
mean,
Shauna.
at the end of the day, 3 points.
Shauna, why for the blowout? Why? Burn off. Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
go fast forward, going to have all night and then over 443 ball
yeah,
talk with a small talk. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate the love at all times. When they not like up the page, when they not subscribe, we need more likes and
yeah,
subscriptions on the YouTube.
straight.
Follow up the Instagram, the Twitter page. We need it to be more active, man. Talk to it. We not buy it. So talk to it. Make we know what going on in the football world. Give me some ideas what we discuss over here because we open the suggestions. Anyway,
Whoa.
yeah, we got a big league, cause but we say
Yeah,
we're not in a small town, we're going over the big
no
league side, on the
small
big boys
talk.
over here. So, all right, so Champions League, yesterday Man City were down 2-0 to the Germans, least big, and Man City always have a fight back. So Man City end up come back and fight back and win 3-2, 3-2 yesterday. Newcastle were playing PSG.
Yeah.
PSG were awarded a controversial penalty kick late into injury time, which was converted by the French phenom Mbappe. I'm just going to talk about this briefly, and I'm going to let you add your 2 cents about it, Shauna. Me not have no sympathy for them. Newcastle
None.
fans, they try use a black barcode FC when they want to call themselves cry some more. Because guess what? When the decision they go against Arsenal, when they are rub it up. When they beat when they beat meet Man United in the League Cup, and when they use the field as a training ground, even though I only may play the quick, me attack with my chest out, coming afraid of you. Newcastle, we're coming this weekend. We're coming for you. I'm going to get on the job points. I want to get dumped out of the Champions League because I might be get dumped out too. And them say what? Make sure no company.
You
Newcastle.
want company.
I was going to come on Newcastle because it looked like some heading out. Anyway, enough of
Yeah.
them. Where do you put that, Shana? Where do you put the controversial penalty kick?
Of course, because you know what funny Moosie today in the Arsenal match against what do you pronounce it? Lawns? Lawns?
Lawns.
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 Lawns. It was a very similar call, and guess what? We got the benefit. But honestly, it was just PSG buying out. I don't mind because I hate Newcastle because how they acted when they robbed us in our EPL matchup. So I don't care. Cry more, Newcastle fans. Cry more. I don't care. But cry more. I don't care. I mean, suffer. Can't wait for Bokuno down at Emirates, by the way. But yeah, it was absolutely not a penalty because it ricocheted. You see, once it ricochet off of your body, it should not, and it touch your hand, it should not be a penalty. So it was not a penalty. But guess what? I mean, it's redemption because Eddie was crying after the game, and I was just drinking his tears because he was one of them. As you said earlier, I'm
He's a hypocrite.
So I was just drinking his tears. But yeah, Newcastle was robbed. But guess what? Abe, go on to Europe or go on home. Abe,
All
I
right.
don't care.
Anyway, Man United traveled to Turkey yesterday for today's Champions League game. Anybody that follow, I've been following Turkish football for a while. Anybody that follow Champions League or European League, Turkish fans make it very hard for
Yes.
teams that travel to their stadium. They make it a very daunting task. They make sure that they play that role of a 12th man. Like, they make it hard for away teams to settle and play their football. And let me tell you this, Man United, I was proud of you guys today. We started off good. We were up 2-0, cruising, and Onana, what's my name?
What's the
Onana
name?
is a big stone Milwaukee. Onana, you sell the game, brother, yo. Dad, they are cruise too now. And the man, Shana, in football, right? The job of a goalkeeper when the opponent has a free kick, you use the wall to cover one side. When you use the wall to cover one side, your job as the goalkeeper is to cover the other side of the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to cheat? If he beat you over the wall and him score, you give him credit. Good free kick. Your job is to cover the far side, right? He might try to chip and slip and them score. All right? We come under little pressure. Shana. Yeah, little pressure go on cause over Turkey rough. We come under little pressure, but the youth them hold them own and them never crack under the pressure. We hold out till halftime. We say, all right, go into the halftime so we can regroup and come back out and see if we can take the ear out of the ball, possess the ball a little bit. So in my mind, I say, all right, the coach will bring on Kobe so he can control the midfielder and settle the nerves of the fans and the ball of them, right? We make a counter. Bam. 55th minute. We go up 3-1. So we're at the Shana. We are cruise. We can almost play for the second round in the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Destiny in our hands at this moment, right? Me never know say Onana alcoholic. Here goes Onana. Hold here. Onana again, another free kick. A ball kick. We're supposed to make a relative save, right? Easy save.
Easy.
He punch the ball at the goal. I would cut that as an own goal.
Yeah.
Cut that as an own goal. Me, I watch the game at work, I'm saying to myself, say, if we don't get a 4th goal, they might either come back and draw or win.
Mm-hmm.
The man beat him on the near post. Shana, I'm not lie to you, it pissed me off. But people there with that talk about say 10 of this out and 10 of this. The problem with our team, we make too many errors. You see, normally in our game where I can say the defense was poor, I can't blame the defenders. The defenders did a good job because guess what? The foul them never have no clear shot on goal. The 3 goals we can see today were 3 goalkeeping errors. If him don't make them error there, we come from Istanbul with easy 3 points. And the fact of the matter is, when we really check the stats, what really hurt me, this was the first time Man United have ever been to Turkey and scored away. We're not going to score away from home when we go to Turkey because it's not
Oh,
about play. All right, Shana, we played 3 away games in the Champions League. We scored 3 against Bayern Munich over Bayern. We scored 3 down at Copenhagen. We scored 3 again today, Shana. We have 1 point from them 3 games there. We scored
yeah,
9 goals away from home and we have 1 point.
yeah,
Shana,
yeah. Trust
never
me.
scored twice. I feel away.
I
Shana,
feel away.
in
You'd
Burnley.
find me over Causeway Bridge to Ralton if that was the case with me, for be honest with you.
I'm
I
going to
mean,
tell you
I
the
did,
truth, Shana, before me. At this
yeah,
point, I'm rather jump on the Champions League. Because I can't play football on Thursday. But bash football Thursday too much. If you end up in that.
yeah.
Free me from football on Thursday.
More
Football
want to end up
watching.
on football on Thursday, you know. You know what? 'Cause
Watch now. Watching.
me have some bookmark, some bookmarks.
But if you watch the game, where people the game? Where
Yeah,
people
man, me
the
never
game?
watch all of it, but I watched
Right.
most of it.
You know.
And trust
You
me,
see the drama.
Moosie. Yeah, man, me see the drama, man. Honestly, when me see Garnacho drilling it, me say, yeah, man. But at the same time, I never think, say, you know, Galatasaray out of it. But when me see Bruno score the scream, I say, yeah, it is, yeah, man, look like, say, United serious now.
People scoring Garnacho goal and Bruno goal are
A
two.
two brought goal at score, yeah.
Yep.
Two good goal. And I say, yeah, man, United have control. But then again, I should have known better because of on the track record so far this season. I was trying to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. But one thing I noticed with Man United, right? I mean, you guys will be up 2-0, 3-1, whatever. But you play down to the competition. At one point, I saw you guys stop attacking. You just had Galatasaray just
That's
pinning
right.
you down in on the half. And I'm like, what the hell? This is a must-win game for Manchester United. This is a must-win game. But you're not approaching it. You know, when you guys started taking it serious, when it was 3-2, 3-3, I see you guys, because I saw Bruno hit the post. I see Pelestri scuff some chances. I'm like, yeah, they're taking it serious now, but there
He
is
had
a
3 chances.
period.
He had
Yeah,
3 chances of the game.
yeah. There was a period, Moosie, I'm just giving this as a neutral, where you guys
But
just sat back and you just soaked up the pressure. Remember, there
instead
was
of
a play, yeah. You should have
attack
attacked them.
our defense.
Galatasaray is not like some world beater.
Shauna, attacking is the best form of defense. If you
Trust
attack
me.
them, make them back pedal, you have the put yourself in the opportunity, give us the opportunity to score. But we just want to correct about something you said. Shauna, there's no way we can be in control of any game when you have Maguire, Lindelof, and McTominay on the field. So let me just correct you
McTominay.
about that. Continue.
Hello, yeah, you forget one name, Bruno too. Don't forget that name.
No. You're not going to talk
Don't
about my
forget
captain.
that name. Don't forget
No.
that name, cause that boy, that player that him give a ball for fun. No, don't forget that name, man.
Hey, yo, take Bruno up because guess what? He will produce a moment of magic here and there. How much people
I
take
agree. I agree.
magic? That's why I give and take with him. He missed it because guess what? He's not the most crispy passer, but the thing
Mm-hmm.
about him, it mean well. My only issue with me having Bruno Shana are the whining. Him
Mm-hmm.
complain too much. Shut up
Yeah,
and
him
play ball.
complain a lot. He did a
Yes,
lot of complaining today.
he whine too much. Run ball game. Anyway, enough of Man
Yeah.
United. We're not going to dwell on the Gunners too tough because the Gunners show off today. Gunners show off today in the Champions League. Hey, Sean, you can put your chest. What you say? 6. Yo. The job,
6 is real. 6 is real, you know?
Gunners fans, I want to say 6 is real. You know what I mean? Squash all that vibe off of the 6 is real, but I didn't get to watch. I never watch full game because I'm never really interested to watch it because I guess so. I see someone that win and through my banter, I was interested. I was watching Real Madrid naturally. And they are Arsenal, they are playing on the back goal. Like I can hear the score every time on the score. But you guys were up 5-0. Initially, when we watched piece of the first half, I'm saying to myself, see, them up 5 half time. I'm going to drop a 10. Jesus Christ, I'm never get the end that. So I was in the
Yeah.
9. I didn't want you guys to do, but shout out to the
Yeah.
Gunners. I
Yeah,
picked you
man.
guys to do well in the Champions League. As much as my band town and talk smack about, you know, I picked you guys to do well in the Champions League. And I'm kind of glad to get back revenge for Lawns because when they make them beat in the first leg. But shout out to the Gunners, you know what I mean? And all the best moving forward. You guys advance to the final 16. I don't really cheer for English clubs in England, but
Hell
the
no.
Gunners to do something big in the Champions League this year. And all the best to you. All right, Shana, we're going to fast forward a little bit. All
Thank
right,
you.
so you're welcome. So last week, the Reggae Boys traveled to Toronto. The Reggae Boys traveled to Toronto to play the second leg against Canada to qualify for the Nations League semi-finals. Jamaica had lost at home Saturday morning 1-0 in the National Stadium. The game was supposed to play the Friday night, but because of the heavy rain, the game was pushed back to Saturday morning, 10 a.m. I got up and watched it. We lost 1-0. Of course, Leon B got a lot of chances. And, of course, you know him, they mush them. And so, Jamaica now traveled to Canada Tuesday night, playing in severe cold temperatures. You know, Jamaicans are cold now. It's like island water. Don't agree at all, right? But Shauna, despite us being down 1-0 from the first leg, I had a little bit of confidence because I saw what Jamaica did in the first leg. But if them can get the cold out of them head and warm up, ball can knock over Toronto, right? So, when the game started, I said, Jesus, please, Canada must have bomb and score. Jamaica got into the game. We came back into the game. Shout out to Shaman Nicholson, Boza, straight out of Rima. Shaman Nicholson ended up scoring a double, and we created history. The first time beating Canada on Canadian soil to advance to semifinals, 3-2, right? And a friend of mine, I've known him for 20 plus years, AQ, shared a video of himself celebrating in the stadium. So he shared it in the group chat. I'm messaging him and saying, yo, AQ, me I push the video I wrote and I'm going to post it on Twitter. Shauna, this actual video garnered over 105k views. It's still up on my timeline.
So wait, it was actually your friend? I did not know. I thought you just found a random video and was using it.
I'm a great we must think I'm a great You
never know.
The power, but for the most part, me posting the video, Shauna. People took the video and posted it everywhere and not give me no credit. Even if it's not my credit, and me push it on the road, right? So them don't want to look of glory, but I dropped the ball in that aspect. But I said this to say he's a big fan. Shout out to AQ, and he's in the process of starting something big. I don't want to let the rabbit out the hat yet, but I will be doing an interview with AQ this Friday. I will be interviewing AQ this Friday, and look out for that. I'm gonna post about it. Shout out to the Reggae Boys, a big deal, man. We go to the semifinals in the Nations League. Big up the Reggae Boys always. Now, like I said, a lot of people don't really support the Reggae Boys as they should, but at the end of the day, I'm big on national pride. Just as much as we put a lot of effort into watching the club teams that we didn't even know some of them they're on the map. We should put the same thing in our country.
True.
Just like
I agree.
Track and field, the ball they need the support. Because guess what? Even if we don't think them that good enough, the support can help them. The 12th man can help them become better. Anyway, we don't have much more time left, but guess what? It's always a joy over 443 ball talk. You know what in the small talk. And they are all the vibe same way and keep the energy coming. We love the feedback. But even though we're going to sign off, we have something special tonight. We're going to sign off from here, so, and we are go over Instagram. So tune in the next 5 minutes. We're going over Instagram. We're going live. We're going to do a follow-up for about 30 to 45 minutes. So tune in. Like I said, you know the badness go already. Like, subscribe, and
Yeah.
share. Don't hide the glory. Don't go like
Like,
you know what the
subscribe,
football
and
to the
share.
balls out glory. Shana,
Show me some
roll out
love.
something before we left.
Yeah, man, Moosie, big up yourself. You know, it's always a pleasure. Guys, show us some love, share. You know, get it out to your friends who love sports, you know, love football especially. I mean, we appreciate it. You know, if you want, I mean, if you want to show with some love and you want come share your little thoughts as well, you know, you can reach out to one of we and
The DM,
stuff.
them
Yeah,
open.
we DM them open. So
Business.
you don't
Shana, the
know.
DMs are open for business. Not more, not
Yeah,
less.
nothing more.
What
Yeah,
you
man, but
want?
yeah, but we appreciate all our who tune in, week out. You know, we'll continue shoving out the content.
Yes,
You don't
yes.
know, we're not going anywhere for now.
We just want to say something
Moose,
before we left.
Moose
We
say
want
me
to say,
gone on vacation, but I lie my tell you. I'm
yeah,
I'm
Shana,
the
you
gone
know.
on vacation, yeah.
She never go for the vacation. She never go. And mental health. Anyway,
Thank you.
we appreciate the love as always, you know. And we wouldn't be doing this without you guys because guess what? I'm always thankful for the support. And like I said before, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, 443 Ball Talk.
Mhm.
Moosie, Shauna.
No small talk.
Oh.
Out.